'Tis the season for parties and celebrations. After all, once the halls have been decked, who doesn't want to invite a few friends over to share the festive atmosphere? Today, I'm going to show you how to make 2 stress-free, crowd-pleasing seafood hors d'oeuvres. Jumbo shells stuffed with succulent crab meat and shrimp wrapped in bacon. Let's get started. First, we're going to make our jumbo shells stuffed with crab meat cocktail. Making crab meat cocktail couldn't be easier. I've put a cup of diced celery and a cup of diced onion in a nice big bowl, and I'm going to add 6 ounces, or about a cup and a half, of grated white cheddar cheese. I'm going to toss these 3 around just till they're combined. Now I'm going to add my spices, which is going to be about a tablespoon of cayenne pepper sauce. You can put more in if you like. That's about a tablespoon and a half. Half a teaspoon of celery seed, just like you'd kind of put in tuna salad. And the juice of half of a lemon. I'm going to toss all of this together. Coat everything. You'll know when it's coated enough because your cheese is going to kind of take on the pink color of that cayenne pepper sauce. And now we're going to add about a half of a cup of mayonnaise. And you don't want to add too much mayonnaise, folks, just enough to make it creamy, because we don't want our crab cocktail to taste like mayonnaise. We want it to taste like crab meat. And that's looking all beautiful. Now I'm going to add 1 pound of the best quality jumbo lump crab meat I can find. If you live near the ocean or you're making this in the summer, fresh is best, but don't hesitate to use some of our really, really good quality pasteurized crab meats. Now I'm just folding this. I'm going to get a little gentler here because I don't want to mash up those beautiful big pieces of crab meat. And I'm about done. I'm going to cover this with plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator to chill for 1 to 2 hours. While my crab meat cocktail is chilling, I've cooked 1 pound of jumbo pasta shells. You're going to have to cook an entire pound. It's going to be about a dozen more than you need, and the reason why you have to do this is because inside this box, some are broken and some are going to rip and tear while they cook. After they're all drained, you just pick about 24 of the prettiest ones you can find with no rips or no tears, and just invert them on a baking pan to drain and dry. And what I mean dry is not dry out. Be free of all liquid, moisture, or water. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to cover these with plastic wrap, and I'm going to set them aside while I cook my bacon. You've seen me oven roast bacon here on Kitchen Encounters more than once, and you know how I feel about these disposable aluminum broiler pans, the kind with the corrugated bottom that give all that grease a place to go to as the bacon crisps in the oven. The only difference of what I'm doing today is I'm going to pre-cook the bacon or half-cook the bacon. Why am I doing that? Well, when you're making shrimp wrapped in bacon or even scallops wrapped in bacon, the problem you have is the bacon takes longer to cook than the shrimp does. So what I'm doing is I'm evening the playing field. I'm giving the bacon a head start. I've laid it side by side on these pans, and I'm going to put it in a 375-degree oven for about 10 minutes until it's light and soft, but not fully cooked. stuffing my shells. About 2 tablespoons for each one. And in case I forgot to mention, you want to cook these shells al dente, just according to the package directions, because keep in mind, they're not going to go back into the oven to bake. So you really want to have these fully cooked. 24 shells. I'm going to go get my bacon out of the oven. Here, now it's perfect. So let's just go up the middle, as Joe Paterno would say. My bacon cooked for 10 minutes. I took it out and it cooled for 10 minutes. And now it's at room temperature. So it's time to wrap my shrimp. And you'll be happy to know you can actually do this a day in advance and put these in the refrigerator overnight. So for each shrimp, what I want is a half slice of bacon at room temperature. My secret ingredient, which is going to make my shrimp really tangy and keep them moist and succulent, is about a half teaspoon of Dijon mustard on the top of each one. I'm just going to wrap each one, stick it with a little toothpick, and lightly place it back on the same pans that I cooked the bacon in. Now when you're placing these in the pan, I say lightly place because you don't want to poke a hole in these pans with the toothpick. I'm just going to put these back in the oven at 400 degrees for 12 minutes and they're going to be ready to serve. Without stress or mess, I'm serving 2 succulent seafood hors d'oeuvres. One hot, one cold. I've added some salted, roasted almonds for crunch, some briny olives, fennel-crusted salami with cheese and crackers. Let's start the party. For these and all of my recipes, just go to my website.